How's it going, everybody? It is episode 26 of Two Guys, One Slot. Hi, I am Corey, and directly to my, I guess it's left, maybe on your screen, it's to the right. That's Bubba's Picks 316. What's up, Bubba?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We are live on pretty much every platform that we have available. And, you know, tonight is a pretty special night. We have a good time planned for you. One of those things that we've got going on is Jay Fructose. Hi, Jay. Let me unmute you really quick. Oh, come on. Let's ask to unmute. Did it click you to unmute you? Can you unmute? I'm telling you, we've had like...
Sorry. I thought I was watching you do that.
There we go. Sorry. How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
Good. What's up, guys? I mean, I am a little sick, but I feel good.
I was going to say, you said that you weren't slotting yesterday or you didn't feel great the day before, but you said you're going to be good by today. So thanks for joining us in your illness. Oh, Dayquil for the win.
I'm like halfway through the bottle since yesterday, but yeah, I was just like in St. Louis and no sleep, and it's just been crazy. So I got sick, and it's the old school sick. I tested negative for COVID, so
well, that's good, I guess.
I should be back out there tomorrow.
But dirtying up those slot machines.
Sanitize.
Yeah, I got out really early before everyone showed up, and I was like back home by like 8 a.m. this morning. So
I saw. So for those of you that do not know Mr. Fructose, he is on YouTube. He's got almost 17,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's got a really good following on Instagram. And he's got TikTok that has a ton of followers, and he is the GOAT of AP slots. Is that what you go by?
Well, thank you so much. Yes, I think that might be self-given, but yes, I would say so.
I mean, if I tell myself something enough times, I start believing myself. I think you.
Yeah,
I think you are, though. I think there's. So let's kind of start from the very beginning of your slot. Can you let folks know what an AP is?
So an AP is what they refer to as an advantage player, and it's just slot players that pretty much go around lurking for advantages on progressives and just built up machines that give you an advantage. That, you know, some of them are like guaranteed money, and some of them are like 90% payoffs or pay off 90% of the time, and some of they all vary the percentages, but yeah, advantage player. So
can you give what would be a good example of an advantage play slot? Do you have one that you can think of?
What's your favorite one?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. There's literally like hundreds of them. It's just like there's all different kinds. There's like number ones like Buffalo Diamond and Raise the Sails, and those are more of like your higher tier advantage players will go after that. You'll see a lot of big money going after Buffalo Diamond and stuff like that. Trying to think of other.
Is Buffalo Diamond the one with the big chair that we sit in?
Yeah, that's super loud and it has the wheel.
Got the green diamond, the blue diamond, and like a purple diamond, and they build up. The green is usually in the 20s, and
do you have that?
Yeah,
pen?
games with numbers that build up like that.
Oh yeah, right.
Life of Luxury, that's one. But like big easy ones that like all the noobs and like people starting off and just people that play slots regularly know would be like Regal Riches, Wheel of Fortune, Cash Falls. Everyone really likes that new Firelink Cash Falls one. That's an AP, but
I hate that Cash Falls.
I hate that game. It sucks.
I love the actual Ultimate Firelink, but I hate the Cash Falls version of Ultimate Firelink.
Yeah, these new games coming out are like built to scam way harder. I feel like they condition us with these other games. Like even the new Regal Riches. I don't know if you've seen that come out.
I have.
Where it's got like 7 different jackpots that I hear is like a huge scam too. So,
so your goal, and one of your most popular videos, I would say, is a viral video on TikTok. It's got almost 2 million views on it. Is when a guy is playing It's Regal Riches, and he's like, man, I gave all my money to this machine, and he was telling you not to play it, and I wouldn't play it. And then you're like, just kind of like goating him, and just like, oh yeah, I wouldn't play this machine either, but it had 10 wilds. And then you put, I can't remember what the bet was, like $4 or $5 in there and won 150, and you're like, cash out.
Yeah, that's like a daily thing pretty much. When I'm able to catch it on camera like that, it's a gift.
I think that that's pretty cool. So I think you catch, you know, any interaction on any of your TikTok or what YouTube or whatever, positive or negative, in my eyes, is an interaction, and that kind of gets you closer to that matrix that you want to be. And you catch a shitload of hate from people.
Like in the comments?
Yeah, in the comments.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm like, do you think I'm like one of the most hated like slot YouTubers or something like that? I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of people that are angry about it.
I don't get the hate.
What's their number one complaint?
A lot of people just don't understand, like, especially when there's 60-second reels and I can't explain everything. I mean, it's the internet. People are just seeing something, and like gamblers, I feel like, are just the most triggered people. Like, there's a huge let me make something clear about gambling. It's a drug, right? It is a drug. So I'm dealing with a bunch of drug addicts is the way I see it. And they're not completely logical a lot of the times. And like a lot of that has changed over time, because like back to when you were calling me the GOAT, unless somebody else wants to show me somebody else that introduced AP the way I did, I've yet to have somebody like show me somebody else that's introduced it like this, right? And there is like a level of arrogance to this, but that's just like when I'm making shorts on TikTok and whatnot. And, you know, it's pretty easy to trigger people.
I like it.
Especially when they've like been in these situations, and like, you know how many of these people have gotten off machines and someone's hopped on and hit a jackpot? Like, right. It's like the worst feeling. It's worse than losing. And when you're losing gambling, you will blame every little thing, okay? So a lot of them is probably like a bad day kind of thing, because I can see people's comments on YouTube, and the same people saying negative stuff will say something positive the next day. So it's just like a
teeter-totter.
I don't really like, well, there are ups and downs to like the internet. Like I even follow people where they post something and it pisses me off, but I'll still follow them daily. And
see,
so I can relate, and I don't like hate them for that or blame them or anything, but it's just part of the game.
My cousin and Bubba's really good friend. Well, we call him the Slot Master's accountant. He's the character on our show. His name's Joe, and he was the first person that introduced me to you. I wasn't really TikTok-y. I actually didn't like it. Probably, let's see. When did we start? We started in like September streaming. So it was before that. And he was like, dude, you've got to watch this guy. He goes, just walks around casinos, and he picks particular games. And those particular games has a pretty good ratio of winning, you know, more so than any other slot where you're just sitting there pounding buttons. So he was originally the first person that told me about you. And it was funny. We were at... Me, Bubba, and Joe were in Vegas. Where were we at? We're at Suncoast.
Yeah.
Because we play at Boyd Casinos. So we have like the inn and can film at all Boyd Casinos. So we were there.
Yeah.
And then my cousin goes, Jay plays here. He plays here. We're going to see him. And then I'm not shitting you. 5 minutes after he said that, you go walking by, just this flash and this like track jacket. And I go, Mr. Fructose. And you turned around and were super nice and took a picture with us. It was pretty funny that
you probably don't remember. It happens all the time for you. So.
I remember clearly. Manifested that shit. Yeah, that was a good meetup.
That was funny. So that was like, but coincidentally, we were with another AP slot player, Buffalo Bob. Is he like, you have like rivals in the AP world? Do you guys like see each other around the certain AP machines? And
yeah, Buffalo Bob, I remember him, and I've seen him since then. And he told me he was like making a book at the time, and I was like. Everybody that was trying to do the same thing as me, I was just like, fuck you, you know, like, you're gonna try to bite my style or whatever. So I did not like him for a little bit, but honestly, I see him around and he's not much competition. I find plays around him all the time. Shout out Buffalo Bob.
I like that. Yeah. So we just went.
He also sees me and he doesn't say hello to me or anything like that. So there's not like a super camaraderie with him. So I'm kind of just like, whatever.
Yeah. So there's videos every once in a while that I'll see that you'll post where like in kind of the shadows, you'll see another AP player watching the same machine that you're kind of watching. Do you guys,
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys see a lot of the AP players, especially out there in Vegas?
Yeah, and I'm like super competitive and I like to test people. Like if I give you a really hard time, which I do give people a lot of hard time, and I don't mean like once, like I'll give people a hard time for like months. And like eventually if they have the balls to come up and like befriend me or like to take it, because I can take it too. Like if you want to dish it, I would rather you dish it back and like I don't know how to say this. A lot of these guys like to pretend they don't speak English. So they won't say a word to me for like months. And then we'll start talking like you do speak English. And we'll become like good friends after that, you know? Like, and maybe they just have a different style of like competition or however it is. But like, it gets crazy out there. I've seen people like fight people over shit. And there's just lots of crazy stuff that happens.
We're talking
you never know who's an AP. Like the other day, I was camping a machine, and this old lady went up and cut in front of me and befriended the person before they got off the machine. So she like stole the whole situation from me, and I was like, and she pointed at me to make me the bad guy. She's like, "See, this guy's waiting for that machine." I'm like, "So are you? You're the same as me." And I just like called her out, and we get into like tiffs.
Got robbed by a little old lady. What were you gonna say, Bubba?
What are you gonna do?
What were we going to say, Bubba?
I was just going to say we're talking with Jay Fructose. Just wanted to know, did you like to gamble, play slots before you started doing the AP? Or what?
No,
how did that happen?
Like I played poker back in the day. Like I was huge on poker from when I was like 16 to like then when I turned 18, like online like crazy. I think I was even playing online before that. And I used to play like because when I came out to Vegas, which was like 6 years ago, I was doing a whole music thing, but I was gambling to, you know, supplement income. And what I would do though is I would go to Red Rock at midnight with like a packed lunch, and I would stay from midnight to 6 a.m. and just grind the poker tables when people would just be drunk and friendly, and I would just make a couple $100, you know, and get out of there. And it wasn't until the pandemic hit that I met people that introduced me to advantage play. And I was a super tight gambler. Like I wasn't huge into sports betting. I just played poker pretty tight, and I hate poker. It's such a grind. So, yeah, once I found advantage play, it was kind of just game over from there. But I wasn't a huge gambler before then. So it kind of works in my favor.
You said something pretty interesting there, and we were going to get to that after a little bit. But you started as as kind of a up and coming rapper. Would that how so? You have music video after music video after music video, and your shit is actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thank you so much.
For real. I was like playing a lot of this for Bubba, and I was like, man, Jay Fructose has bars too on top of the AP.
Thank you. Yeah, you mentioned that when we ran into each other, and then I really liked you. I was like,
we were just watching some of the videos of that. Did you record? How did you get started in that? You just were sitting around and started rapping and.
Oh man, dude, my like rap career goes like back to my one semester in college. Just freestyling. I met this guy and that would just freestyle rap. I never even knew about it really, and I would just get into circles and rap, and that just led to me meeting a producer who was working in like a nice studio in Chicago. He ended up kind of being a piece of shit. Like we worked together for like 2 years, and him being a kind of a junkie and a lot of other stupid shit led to that being a big waste of time. But it led to me meeting other people and working with more producers and stuff. And I kind of just learned the way from there. I've been doing that for a super long time though.
Did you ever go like on tour or do any shows?
When I came out here, I was doing shows like regularly. Opened for a dude named, if you know Wax in California, he's like kind of an indie rapper with some clout, but nothing big, just doing what I could do. And honestly, by the time I learned how the industry worked, I was like, fuck this shit. And that's when I like ran into slots and I just collabed the two kind of, with making videos and whatnot.
Yeah, and like I say, you need to check out. He's Jay Fructose on YouTube and Jay Fructose 2 on TikTok. We were talking a little bit, Bubba and I, before with you about you get banned on TikTok. TikTok is a fickle beast, man.
Yeah, and it's changed so much. Yo, we paved the way for you newbies who aren't getting banned, because every single video I posted would get flagged, and now none of my videos get flagged. So
right. And I hope you're a part of the creator program beta.
I'm not sure if I am.
You need to be.
Get in there.
We can discuss that after we get off the air here. We can tell you all about it.
Awesome.
It's unbelievable, to be honest with you, and we'll share that with you once we get off this here. But
I got another question.
Yeah. Okay.
Catch any heat ever going into these casinos? Any of them ever try and kick you out, or?
So yeah, like this, they have like a blackball list, or I don't know what they call it, like the blacklist or whatever, because they've checked to see if I was on an AP list before. And yeah, I've been kicked out of casinos, but they always tell me it's just for the day and stuff like that.
Why?
They just don't want you sitting around?
The fights, or what do they get pissed at?
Yeah, I think it's just they need you gambling, since then, I've learned to just gamble a little bit here and there just to make it look good, if I win a couple hundred from a casino, blow 20 back or something like that. But they'll tell me you need to be actively gambling to be here or something. So you got to be doing something, or at least looking not shady as fuck.
So they can
do
they trespass you from the? What do they do? Just for the day? They just said beat it.
Yeah, they just said beat it. And honestly, there's so much worse people out here in Vegas, and junkies causing trouble. So I feel like once they recognize my face and that I'm not causing no shit, I'm really respectful with everybody. So now that everyone knows me pretty well, they're pretty relaxed about it all.
You just had a video. You posted one, didn't you, where the staff is coming up and talking to you now?
Yeah, that shit was crazy, because that was the same manager that was the one checking if I was on a list and kicked us out one time, me and my cousin, the protege. And yeah, so they've come around, and I think what really happened is the TikTok popped it off so much. People were doing this. It was like a fad. It was like a trend for a month or two or whatever. And people were just coming out. I would be walking by them and they would just turn around their phone and be like, yo, you're on my phone right now. This is why I'm here at the casino. I'm looking for this shit. And I feel like it just got too big for them to police. And they're just it can only be good for them, really. Because every time I would meet somebody that's learned it from me, they don't know what they're doing still, and they're losing money. So
yeah, that's kind of how we felt about we got a good relationship with Boyd, and we were streaming slots like I say since what, September of last year. So
it's mutually beneficial.
We're just providing nonstop advertising basically for free. Not only for free, but we're giving them the money by playing the slot, and we're not winning.
Yeah.
The majority of the time we're not winning, so it's just interesting. The whole landscape of the TikTok world is real interesting on that. So what made you switch from your rap career to streaming AP slots? What made you switch?
Money. I was just broke as shit, honestly. For the non-believers out there, when I started gambling for a living, I had no money to my name. I was just I was about to get back into real estate. I don't know what I was about to do, but I was like interviewing for jobs and shit. And then I discovered Advantage Play. I took out a $600 cash advance, and I literally changed my entire life around, like, immensely. So,
well, hopefully you paid that cash advance back quick.
yeah, no, and then some. So we're doing good now.
That's good.
And yeah, I was talking about like pivoting from being a rapper to being an influencer, and I was honestly like in the search for content. I was like, I don't know what I would do. Started doing Advantage Play for a couple weeks. I'm like, holy shit, nobody's ever heard of this shit. And I made one video and it went fucking to 1 million. I got like 3,000 followers overnight, you know, and then I did something stupid and got it banned.
What exactly was it? Stupid or was it a
no,
dumb?
It was really fucking stupid. I was an idiot.
Oh, okay. Because a lot of
just like experimenting with things, and yeah,
a lot of times, like when we would get banned when we were broadcasting live, it was just other streamers that were really pissed and they just report the live and keep reporting and reporting and reporting. Like because we'd go live on TikTok and do it live and not do. That's why, like, on my TikTok, I hardly have any likes on there because I never posted any videos. We would just go live, and those likes don't count towards the whatever.
The like count.
Like count. So everybody's always like, you bought all your followers. So when we first started, we had like 5,000 followers, right, Bubba? And then what? Like within a couple weeks, we were at like 20,000, and then 30,000, and then 40,000, and then I got all the way up to like 90, almost 100,000.
Yeah, we'd gain sometime 2,000 new subscribers.
Yeah, and we'd have 8,000 or 9,000 people watching us when we were doing it live, and we'd have like 1 million likes on there. It was bonkers, and just making really good money, losing money on slots, but making good money on TikTok gifts and TikTok subs. But obviously the good thing came to an end.
Yeah, I had over like 450 subscribers at one time, paid subscribers on TikTok.
Pretty nuts.
Oh my God. This is on an account that got shut down?
Yeah. Well, they would it was...
It didn't get banned. It just... when they quit the live streaming, everyone quit subscribing. Yeah,
because they'd subscribe to watch you. Because like on TikTok, a subscriber is a paid subscriber, whereas on YouTube. So then we had to, like in February, I'll never forget, after Vegas, when we saw you, like 3 days later, it was February 14th, it was Valentine's Day. They completely shut down streaming on TikTok, so we couldn't go live anymore gambling. But weird. We could still post videos on it. They just didn't want us going live for whatever reason.
So you still have the account, but it's permanently banned the live?
All of TikTok is banned. If you went live on your account right now, they'd shut you down in about under 5 minutes. If you were broadcasting right now.
Right now, live is no longer a thing on TikTok.
You can't gamble.
You can't show live slot play.
I see. Okay, because that's why I don't. Yeah, every time I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go live, it just gets shut down immediately. And
instantly.
I'm like, okay, I'm done doing this. Yeah.
Since February 14th, instantly, it would shut you down and give you.
They were trying to get ahead of the people who were
playing for other people.
For others, yep.
So people were Venmoing and all sorts of stuff. So I'd send you $50 on Venmo to play $50 of slots and shit like that.
Oh, I see.
So they instantly cut it off. So we had to transfer all of our YouTube or all of our TikTok crowd to YouTube. And, you know, YouTube is a completely different beast, which you coincidentally are going through right now because you are no longer filming. You're filming horizontal now.
Dude, these guys are like, I can't do enough for these guys.
Oh, I tell you what, it's
no, there's so many different landscapes to learn on this social media fucking hustle. And that's like, I was making all my money from TikTok when I started, but you know, and my other account had the insane momentum. Like it was just crazy. And they fucking ruined that. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, I got to focus on everything. You know, you cannot focus on one platform and have that, you know, dictate everything for you, you know, because shit happens. If you lose that following, you're just gone. So I built up the Facebook and YouTube and everything alongside that, like equally, which is.
Are you having much success with Facebook?
Yeah, that's where I make the most of my money, actually.
Really?
Nice.
That's good. Well, I
Yeah,
fucking hate
Facebook Reels
Facebook.
pays really good.
I hate
hate it?
I hate it. Well, I hate Zuckerberg, and I hate feeding into
Yo,
that whole
fuck
beast.
Zuckerberg.
Right.
Yo, it took us forever to figure out getting paid, and they tried to scam us, and like
Right.
we had to we made the wrong account the first time, so we got up to 50,000 followers. Oh, you can't make more than $500 on this account, so we made another account. It's never ending, dude.
I did the exact same thing as what you
Jesus.
did. So now I'm trying to build that other account back up. So
But Facebook pays as good as YouTube, and it goes viral easier because it's easier to share content on Facebook between like pages and stuff. Where YouTube, they can't really share it to other YouTube channels.
right.
YouTube is a fucking, what did you say? It's a fickle beast. Was that you?
Yeah. Wait until we tell you about the creator fund on TikTok. You will really enjoy that. Bubba is having unbelievable success on his TikTok creator fund, and it is kicking ass. We'll again tell you about that.
I really want to know about that. You guys don't want to talk about that now?
No, we don't want to. We'll give you the secret. We don't want everybody else to have it.
Okay, I might be giving away too many secrets on here, man. I'll just be giving away. Yeah.
So you also have a Patreon, and I haven't yet gone to that. Are you having good success? So you'll go in there and you'll film actually extended view. I looked at it a little bit. Extended videos on certain machines, and you will explain what to do and how to play them. Is that kind of what your Patreon's all about?
Yeah, it's like a super in-depth tutorial. Like, I'm like in front of a green screen. There's like example pictures coming up behind me. There's like text explaining exactly what to do, and I give like super extra knowledge. And then, we usually have like a discussion in the comments, or people. I wake up to a couple DMs a day of questions, or people on plays or whatever.
So it's basically access to you through that.
Yeah, you pretty much have 24/7 access to me, to asking me questions, to just getting my attention. And if there's like games you want me to cover, people will DM me, and I always oblige. So yeah, it's good, and it's pretty like loyal fan base. I've had a good like solid 50 guys that have been there from the beginning. So shout out Micromob patrons.
That's cool.
What's your biggest win on a AP slot, and which slot was it?
1760 is my biggest, and that was off Buffalo Ascension.
And that was over 4,000. What do you play it at? Over 4,500. Is that when you start playing that?
Yeah, 4,700.
And then what was your bet?
$2, and I was like $20 in. I don't know if you've seen that video. I was like on the way back with White Castle, and I was on an insane run. Like within that 48 hours, I made 5,500 off AP. Like it was fucking crazy.
That was pretty recent, wasn't it? Was that? Or you had an unbelievable day recently, maybe like 3 weeks ago, where everything you were hitting was hitting, and everything you were going was hitting.
Yeah, that's
every day.
Like once a week, you gotta kind of just read the day. Like if shit's not working out, I just go home for the day. Like the biggest thing you could do biggest asset to yourself is leaving the casino, and just waiting till tomorrow, honestly.
What's the best time to go? You've got to love holidays after big touristy crowd comes to Vegas and just runs all those AP slots up for you, or what's the best time to go play?
I don't know. It's tough because vacation, 3-day weekends and stuff, a lot of out of towner APs will come into town, and it could get really competitive sometimes on 3-day weekends or whatever. But I don't know, just all the time. I've just put hours in just all day, every day. Just once I get that profit, I'm pretty much done for the day. Once I feel the sessions run its course, and I can tell when I'm tired. I have 3 rules: don't gamble drunk, don't gamble tired, don't gamble hungry. So once those start kicking in,
then you're out. I like that. So do you have a certain goal in mind, or you just go by your gut feeling? If this was a good session, I'm good.
Yeah, it's hard enough to turn a profit. I'm not gonna ideally I would like to make 300 a day, but we could pretty much average that by the end of the month. But I can't tell what the day is gonna hold, kind of thing. Like, I just play the best that I can and make the best decisions, and whatever happens, happens. And you really got to think like that to be doing this on like a daily basis. Because once you start looking at those big numbers, the jackpots and shit, you're fucked.
I was going to say a lot of the AP, or 3 or 4 of the AP players that I know, all of them had kind of a poker background. Are you like really good with numbers, or how did that?
Yeah, I guess my cousin calls me the mathematician. I mean, basic math I'm just quick with, and I'm good at like gut decision making, and just yeah, I guess I'm good with numbers.
I'm not.
What about the video that you just posted? It's one of my favorites that you've done, where the cameraman's like 200 yards away upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
and you can see like
that was the other day. That shit was so fun.
that was hilarious.
Was that like on the river in St. Louis? Is that what you were? Were you in St. Louis? Did you go to the casino in St. Louis, the one that's right on the?
No, that wasn't. I don't think it was right on the. Maybe it was. I mean, it's called River City Casino, but I'm pretty sure there's another one called like Queens Casino. That's on the river.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just in town for a family thing, and my mom and sister, we were supposed to do something until like later that day, and they're like, my sister just was like, I need to go home, let's get out of here. And I was like, I got fucking 5 hours to kill, and I was like, you know what, there's a casino close by, so that's how that happened. But I do plan on like traveling more around America and hitting casinos. That's something I want to do in this next year. So
well, you can come to Wichita, Kansas. We've got the
that'd be cool. Like everyone tells me to come to their hometown and like play with them, and I might just take them up on that offer. I might need a place to stay. So
well, we can get you a free room at the largest Hampton Inn in America.
No shit. Okay, I'm coming down. We're gonna make some content.
It's connected to the casino, so it's cool. But I love our casino. There's Kansas City's about 2.5 hours away, so Bubba and I'll go up there every once in a while and play. But
oh, cool. Yeah, I got a lot of family in Kansas City.
Yeah. So if you're ever around there, but we'll hit you up, and we'll drive up.
All right, cool.
So keep that in mind. And like I say, if you ever want to come to Wichita, we're down. So I do have to ask you this. So you had, I can't remember where it was, if it was on like YouTube or TikTok. It might have been TikTok, but you had a little bit of beef with Vegas Matt. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What started that whole thing? I caught like the tail end, and then
I didn't even hear about
there was deletions. Somebody was deleting stuff, or he was deleting comments, or whatever, where whoever was deleting comments, you couldn't really catch. Somebody was, because you couldn't catch the very start of what it was, because what you were saying was, you were talking about how much, just that's gambling or whatever. And he was saying that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, and it kind of went back and forth. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, no, like, so he hit me up to collaborate, and then he backed out, and I didn't really care about that much. It's like, it's your life, do whatever. I'm not gonna freak out about that. But what happened was, I ran into him. I'm a pretty good judge of character, and just by my first run-in from him, his first thing he said to me was like, oh, Jay, what's going on, man? He was super friendly, and he was just like, how awesome is it that we get to gamble for a living? And honestly, it's just my ego puffing out a lot, but he claims to be gambling for a living when he's not. So pretty much that's all it is he's just a liar. And he would just comment on all my videos and say things like, oh, Jay knows who's really the GOAT and shit like that, or stuff like that.
That's
so
what I saw.
Goading me into it. And it's like, dude, I mean, you're a hotshot businessman. Good for you. Like, mad props. I'd love to, learn how you made all those millions. But it's just, as far as the gambling world, it's just totally different, like, especially, okay, like the dude walks around with a posse, with an entourage, and is like giving his son like a job, pretty much, is the way I see it, because his son is just filming him and making him a YouTube channel, which is like, I don't know, it's just a lot of money spent, and it's a lot of bullshit. Like, this shit is not easy, and for as much as I grind and as much as I win, I just felt like it had to be said that we're different, just because I don't know if everybody understands the difference between internet and reality. Like essentially YouTube is like cable television, right? So like there's a lot of shit behind the scenes you're not seeing. And like I'm in the nitty, like my internet presence is the same as my it's real. It's real. Like it's real life shit that I'm dealing with on the daily. Like when you see these clips of people getting nasty, it's because I'm really out here like fighting for my life on a daily basis. You know, I got to get the rent paid. So
yeah,
so to speak.
I think that, you know, he's had just an absolutely meteoric rise in the online slot community. He's gone from, you know, basically unknown a couple of months ago or a year ago to, you know, wouldn't you consider him kind of one of the top streamers, Bubba?
Yeah,
on like YouTube.
I mean, the numbers don't lie; they're there. But
and like the video that he posted the other day, I don't know, or yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw that, but he lost like $150,000.
Yeah, it just doesn't add up. Like you're losing a lot of money for your vanity. And like I know some of these YouTubers at like a higher level, and I know for sure, like I've been with them. I don't want to name any names or anything, but like how many videos they make and how many they drop, right? So they drop a lot less than they make. And I pretty much drop every single video I make. So
that's how we are too. We don't really, our bread and butter is like a live show still because, you know, we kind of pride ourselves on being a couple dumbasses that play slots and we just go and have fun. But, you know, we don't really have a huge video, like our videos don't really do much on YouTube. It's hard to get that audience, but those guys just crush.
Yeah, YouTube's tough.
Crush on that. So just to recap, we're talking to Jay Fructose. He is an advantage play or an AP slot player who lives in Vegas. On YouTube, you can find him at Jay Fructose, on Instagram, Jay Fructose, and on TikTok, Jay Fructose 2. So be sure to check him out on all of those and follow those. And you can also go to fructoseclothing.com. I did get my couple of my things.
Oh, no way.
I got a shirt, actually 2 shirts. I got the Micro Mob shirt. I've got the eye chart that everybody asks me and tries to figure out what it says. And
no shit, dude.
I got those a couple weeks ago, and then, you know, I think I don't remember sending for stickers, but they gave me 5 stickers that came in a nondescript envelope that had the return address to Caesar's Palace. Handwritten, I might add. Handwritten. So you can get all of Jay's stuff there. And then how does somebody find out about your Patreon? Do you have like a LinkedIn, or do you have links to that on your YouTube or your TikTok? Or
it's on my TikTok. It's on every YouTube video I drop. It's patreon.com/JayFructose. Pretty easy to find. You can just Google Jay Fructose too. It'll come up. Perfect.
So then, let's see. I was just looking at that. Yeah, sorry, just crossing that out. So I think that, you know, not a lot of people know still about the AP or advantage play. And Bubba tries to read up pretty much anything he can and watches a lot of your videos. And anytime we're there, we'll always check the Regal Riches.
Cash Falls.
Bubba
I hit a few the other night for you, and I tagged you on TikTok videos.
Oh, cool. I must have missed that. I've been sick the last couple of days, so.
Also, I know they're an absolute nightmare and a shitload of work, but I really liked your, like, a day in the life long form video that you put out. What was that, last week, where you're going around with that old dude? And how did you meet that
Mark the Shark?
Mark the Shark.
Mark's a legend. He's the one that introduced me to advantage play and essentially like changed my life for the better. So shout out Mark the Shark. That guy is awesome.
It's interesting. He's Vegas local that you just ran into.
Yeah, when I was like in transition of figuring out my life, I was playing roulette like every day. So much for me saying I don't gamble that much, but I really was playing like before they changed the min bet on all the roulette machines. I was playing like quarters, like nothing. And actually, my idea was I was like, I'm going to meet rich people at the casino and finagle a job out of them. Like, I met this dude that worked at Vegas Review Journal and this guy that was like transporting testosterone from Florida. I was like, oh, that sounds shady. Maybe I'll get into that shit. And, I was just meeting a bunch of interesting folk out here. And this dude, Mark, that I would see every day, one day he's just like, Jay, let me borrow $5. I'm like, the stingiest motherfucker. I'm like, fuck you, you know? And he's like, no, I'm a bonus player. Just come with me. I'll show you. Da, 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 da. And I was like, I don't believe you. He's like, I can beat slots. I was like, yeah, you're full of shit. Da, da, da. And he walks me to the slot. I give him the $5. It's a Scarab, so you can literally see how many spins are left before it distributes. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and it hits, and I'm like mind blown. And yeah, I was taken out of the Matrix, like right there.
You ran right to the loan shark and got $600 out.
Yeah, I was like, we're doing this. And yeah, I pretty much, he pointed out the AP players, like, see that guy? He does this for a living. Da, da. And what I did was I followed those guys around. They didn't know I was following them around, but I followed them around to every machine, and I would just write it down, you know, in like a little notepad or on my phone or whatever. And then I would come back and just figure out whatever the fucking thing was.
That's crazy. Are there some AP, or there's some slot machines that people think are AP?
Yeah.
Like
a lot of
the firecracker?
The firecrackers, a lot of teasers and stuff like that. And it's funny, like games I'll literally show and I'll meet people in person and they'll miss the whole AP part of it. They'll look at something else that's built up on the screen and think that's what it is. So things like dancing drums or any kind of pot that fills up, like people are like, oh, it's full. I'm going to, you know, whatever. Like a lot of old people are like, I always play it when it's all the way full. I'm like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. What's your did you ask that already? What's your favorite slot to play?
I don't think I asked that. I think I asked what the biggest hit was.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite AP slot to play?
AP, I don't know, probably like Regal Riches is like really easy and just pretty fun. It's pretty non-volatile, and it's a game I could actually, like, when I do find a play, I'll be able to sit there for a little bit of time and enjoy the play. And yeah, Regal Riches is like a community thing. It's like the community like coffee, whatever you call that, the office coffee.
The water cooler. Everybody sits around.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've been in an office, but yeah, like this morning I was like gathered around a Regal and I helped this lady hit the minor. She bought me breakfast. It was pretty funny. We ate breakfast at a Regal. So that's
funny. That game that you have to hate is the one that got you all pissed off during your video with Mark the Shark. What was that? Where you lost and was it
dude? That bingo game was fucked up, man. I was just like, first of all, let me preface that video it was 105 degrees that day, and it's just like you've walked around the strip before. It's fucking hell when it's not 105 degrees. And then my buddy Mark's just got the most insane ADD, and it just really threw my game off. Like that was like one of my worst sessions. And I lost less than 300, and that was like just a terrible session for me.
Did he used to gamble on the ponies? Is that what he used to? Is that kind of how he started out?
He gambles on everything. Yeah, he's straight degenerate. Like in the video, he had no money when we showed up, and he left with like $80.
I know. I was gonna say you loaned him a little bit. You guys, and then you guys got the beer, and it was like non-alcohol. They were like non-alcoholic beers. That made me laugh. That was good.
Mark's a character. Yeah, like me and him used to kick it all day, and like I learned AP through him, and just a lot of stuff I learned through him. And then he got kicked out one by one every single casino we would hang out with. He would punch a guy in the face here. He'd punch a guy in the face there. It's crazy, man.
You say the most you lost was 300 in a day, I think. What kind of bankroll do you take with you when you go for a day session of AP?
If you're like a solid AP, you really shouldn't need more than $200 to start your day. But it depends when I deposit my cash. Like sometimes I'm walking around with some cash on me.
Do they so are there ones you go like that bingo that you just don't get? Does that happen a lot where you're pumping in? Well, or what's like your limit?
That was a brand new game I had never seen before. So I mean, that was like a filmed learning experience.
I was gonna
the way I
say
would put
learning on the
that.
job.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was just like super hyped about it. And it was, if you hear my cousin, he's just like, it's min bet. What's the worst that could happen? You know, and
Was it
like,
min
I
bet
don't know.
75 cents?
Yeah, and it just like was just dragging me along, and I didn't even stop to really look at the board, and the board was like, no matter what happened, I could not get out of this good at all. So I was just like, I fucked up. But yeah, that was just a learning experience. That's a game I'm gonna have to talk to. I have like one mentor out here that I just trust like 100% with all information on this stuff. So
That's cool. Bubba's got a couple of every guest that we have. We ask a couple just rapid fire questions. Bubba's got a couple rapid fire questions that he'll fire off.
All right.
okay, cool.
First, what's your favorite music?
I like Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra a lot.
Favorite podcast?
Oh man, I don't really watch a lot of podcasts. I guess I would go with Joe Rogan.
Okay. What about a favorite slot streamer you like to watch when you're not streaming?
Yeah, SD Guy 1234 and Vegas Low Roller are two solid slot YouTubers.
And Bubba's Picks 316.
You guys are the shit, yo. I'm gonna be putting in the likes and the views for y'all after this for sure.
What's your favorite thing to do when not streaming? Golf, travel, workout, rap, eat?
I did see that you're on a keto kick.
Yeah, I went to the Italians in St. Louis, so I had to drop that, and now I'm sick. But right after the sickness goes away, I'm back on keto. And like, can I just stop the rapid firing for a second and say something about what you said? Yeah, just like working out and health, and like if you're gonna gamble for a living, it's a complete mental game. So like I could give you all the information and teach you all this stuff, but it's all about getting your mind right and doing right all the time, because it's a momentous thing. It's a domino effect, and you start doing the right thing on a daily basis and being a good person, you're going to make the right decisions in the casino and for yourself at the same time. And you know, the second, and people call it karma, but it's really just like a continuation of your decisions. So if you're going to be making bad decisions outside the casino, you're going to bring it right back into it. So,
Words of wisdom.
Man.
yeah.
Nothing that smart's ever been said on this podcast.
I'll give you one more gem before I leave too. But yeah, besides gambling, Call of Duty is definitely one. Smoking weed, playing Call of Duty. I talk to people all the time. I'm always texting with friends and calling people.
Do you?
And yeah, I do like golf too. So.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll. I'm actually out in Vegas next week, and we may have to link up when I'm out there. I'm out there for a couple days.
Okay, cool.
May hit the links one of the days. We can get some golf going.
Let's do it. Dude, let's do it.
The micro mob takes over the golf course.
Yeah, let's make a YouTube video of it. Put money on the game.
Some guy
I'll lose for sure.
Some guy in a chat just asked, "Is he the guy that can light the bowl in a tornado?" I'm not sure what that chat is, but is that you?
Yeah, that's Mark the Shark.
Got it.
He
Oh
taught
yeah,
me
yeah,
cupping,
yeah.
how to light a match in the wind. He's like, Jay doesn't know what cupping is, and that was yo, we're both just one and the same. We're just street smarts. Just he's from Philly, I'm from Chicago. Just like exchanging knowledge, but he's been like a weird uncle father figure out in Vegas, to put it. I don't know how to put it.
That's funny. I think so. Have you got into sports betting at all? Do you got any tips or picks that, or do you do that on your Patreon, or do you give those out?
Yeah, for an extra $5, I do daily picks. The last 10 days, my cousin has been doing the picks. Sometimes the first year I was doing them exclusively, but it's like crazy to do them daily. And sometimes I just go cold, so I just give it over to somebody else that's going to make the picks.
That's
Sorry,
kind of how
patrons, you're still getting winners though. So
that's kind of how Bubba was. Bubba kind of got overwhelmed at the beginning trying to make, every couple days, and he was on fire for a while. So Bubba really, really, really knows baseball. So you need to pin Bubba for some baseball knowledge. And do you what's your other favorite, Bubba, other than baseball? Do you like NFL or
NFL.
NFL?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was NFL.
hate football. Like, oh my God. Just like, it seems like the refs just like,
So
I don't
rigged.
even know what's going on at half the time. Like, I feel like every game someone learns something brand new.
So rigged. And just wait.
I like the prop bets a lot.
Wait to see what the refs are going to do to Nebraska Colorado game this weekend. Man.
Yeah, I need some football tips on gambling football. That's like my one struggle. Like, I feel like hockey is really easy to bet away when teams are on the road, when they're really tired, stuff like that. Like I don't even know anything about hockey, but I know about betting on hockey that works out. So, stuff like that Mark has taught me that like just works. Like for baseball, if you don't know what's going on, the things you check every day is just the weather, injuries, and
there's a lot
maybe
of
some
stuff.
other websites.
My brother used to work for an NBA team, and he would always tell me when their team, not to be named, was traveling to the Los Angeles Lakers, he would always say to bet the Lakers because the teams would go out and just get shit-faced. It's really tough to win a series in LA. I assume when the Vegas gets a NBA team, it's going to be hard for the away
that's how I
team.
place a lot of my sports bets is based off like the psyche of the players of what's going on with the organization or whatever the trend is.
That's a good kind of good thoughts to have there. So do you have any? Do you have your lock of the week, Bubba, for this week coming up?
Not yet. I just glanced at it when I was doing my football draft. I really think the Jaguars are gonna put it to the Colts this weekend. What was the other one that I had? I'll make a post on my TikTok. I'm gonna do about 2 or 3 for Sunday's games.
My lock of the week is
you
three team.
give your picks out on TikTok? Do you have to pay for that, or you just
no?
post them
I
out
just
there?
do it once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
My 3
have to ride those.
My lock of the week is a 3-team parlay. It's the Jags, like you were saying, the Eagles, and the Ravens.
I was gonna say Eagles. Okay.
Parlay, and I got it at plus 170, so I think it's gone down a little better.
Eagles, Jags, Bucks, Ravens, Chiefs should all be solid this week.
I don't know about the Chiefs because
I think the Chiefs win.
The Chiefs win, but the Chiefs will cost you. You got to be real careful with the Chiefs. They are not.
They don't like to cover.
They do not cover.
I think Vegas has the Chiefs favored in every game this year.
I am going to bet the opposite on every game. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Noted.
I just lost a shitload of money on the Chiefs, kind of riding. I'd buy points because the spread was, they'd always do that, but it was just, they'd win. Obviously they won, but it was just, they were too tough to hit on the money line. And then the Chiefs cost me, and then I won a shitload on KU basketball, college basketball, and then ended up losing it in March Madness when they got beat. So that's how that goes. That is how that rolls. Jay, hold on just a second. I just want to thank you so much for coming on. Bubby, do you have anything else before?
No, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
you guys are cool as shit.
Actually, why don't I just call you back? I'll call you back when we get off here. We want to talk about 5 or 10 more minutes. We have a big weight loss competition. I'll give you a ring back on Discord, and we can talk to you about TikTok.
Okay, for sure, guys. Thanks so much
man.
for having me.
Later,
on
man.
Thank you. Thank you so very
Peace.
much. That's Jay Fructose, and he can be found at Jay Fructose. That's FRUCTOSE on TikTok. It's Jay Fructose 2, the number 2. Give him a follow. He's a really good follow on YouTube and TikTok. He does those advantage play slots and really kicks ass.
Yeah,
it's
you can learn a lot.
You can. It's fun, and that'll be cool if we can link up next week. Where's my other paper here? Because I had the weight loss competition numbers. The numero uno weight loss man was Russ Factor.
He is crushing.
Russ Factor is crushing. He started at 259, and he is down. He is down 11.2 pounds. He's started at 259.2, and Russ Factor's at 248.
Good job, Russ.
Good job, Russ Factor.
I feel a slowdown coming up.
God, I was like, what was that?
Jay Fructose is gone.
Russ Factor's still there.
Your engineer's just still sitting around here in the back.
Joe, the
Yeah,
Slot
no.
Master's accountant, has lost a total of 9.5 pounds. Poppy, I'm representing Poppy's shirt today. He's lost 5 pounds total. Colin, the Roulette Master's, lost 7.8. And Cody Burton has lost 2, and I have lost 10. So Russ Factor lost the most this week at 5 pounds, 4.9 pounds. So congrats, Russ Factor.
Good job, Russ.
Do you have anything else, Bubba?
No, sir.
Again, we want to thank Jay Fructose for coming on. Jay Fructose on YouTube, Instagram, and Jay Fructose 2 on TikTok. And you can go check out fructoseclothing.com. And be sure to check out Bubba's Picks 316. Make sure to go in there and watch those YouTube, TikTok videos and like and comment. Tell Bubba how good he's doing, right, Bubs?
That's right. Thank you.
All right, this wraps up episode 26. Jay Fructose on all socials, the Slot Master 316 on all socials, and we will see you